Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Feel Goods Friday edition of some ACAC hockey between the SAIT Trojans and Concordia Thunder. I'm Brendan Donald, live here on the call for you today here on ACAC TV. Boy, oh boy, do we have a fun one in for you today. We're looking at the SAIT Trojans coming into today's contest with a record of 11-7-1, while the Concordia Thunder come in with 7-8-1. So this is definitely looking a little bit more of a trap game for the SAIT Trojans here tonight. Taking a look here at their last 5 matchups. Going off of last week, they faced off against their northern rival in the Battle of Alberta edition of the ACAC, where they faced off against NAIT twice. And on Saturday, they went up to Edmonton and lost 7-1, but they also played here on last Friday, where they ended up winning against NAIT 7-2. The week prior to, they played Red Deer twice, beating them once 5-2 and losing 5-4. And then going the week prior to that, they faced off against Portage, where they ended up losing 5-4. Taking a look here at the Concordia Thunder's last 5 games. Last game they faced off against was NAIT, where they lost 5-2, but they also beat NAIT the game prior to 6-5. Then they faced off against Briarcrest College twice in a row, losing both games. One was 6-5 and one was 5-2. And then the other game was against the league's top team in the Red Deer squad, where they ended up winning 3-0 in what was considered an upset throughout this league. Taking a look here at our starting goaltenders for each squad. Number 1, Boston Beluis, standing at 6'3", 181 pounds, from Langley, BC, getting his 14th start here in tonight's matchup. He's got a save percentage of .901 and a goals against average of 3.17 with a starting record of 8-5. Now taking a look over at the Concordia Thunder, Calgary-born and native of Calgary, Griffin Bowerman gets the start, stands 6'1", 179 pounds. This is his second total start, played in 3 games so far this year. He has a goals against average of 4.09 with a save percentage of .894. So this is going to be a fun one here for you tonight, folks. And we are thankful that you are joining us here on this Friday evening for some really fun, exciting hockey. So looking a little bit of a blast from the past, this SAIT team has 4 players that all played together back all the way in 2016-2017, where you had Zach Huber, and then you also have Brandon Machado, while you also had Brenton Trentham and Caden Hannes. They all played for the U15 Bison, or for the U18 AAA Bisons. But we will get back for more information after the singing of our national anthem. And we are getting ready for some more hockey, but going back to what I was saying, Huber, Machado, Trentham, and Hannes all played together way back in 2016-2017 for the UFA Bison U18 AAA squad, where they also happened to play with Buffalo Sabres player Peyton Krebs. So you know Evan Leal doing such a great job at help building chemistry and keeping these guys together. And obviously, when you have a lot of good connection with each other, makes the team just a little bit better. But now we're going to see number 15, Sidaway, Tanner Sidaway in the face-off circle to start us off for the SAIT Trojans, and the Thunder ended up winning that one. Kyra dumps that one forward, and Concordia coming in with a little bit of pressure, but here we see Cade McNeely dumping that one around, getting that one over to Felgeris. Now Felgeris passes that one over to McNeely, who passes that back over to Felgeris. Gets that over to Zach Huber, who tries to get that one up to Sidaway, going up the left-hand side, but just can't quite get the puck on his stick. Thunder making their pressure in, just kind of a dump pass in. Sidaway now able to pick that puck up, but now coming into the zone is Dylan Chivez, who is just such a great puck-moving D-man for this SAIT Trojans squad. Moving this one around, looking for a shot and firing, and just goes wide. Just can't quite get that one. That was Keegan Casey, got my tongue a little bit twisted up there, and that one's going to come all the way down. We're going to be having a quick icing call, going all the way down for a bunch of fresh legs for the SAIT Trojans. Number 9, Brandon Machado, jumping into the lineup right now. He is obviously a very, very big name for this SAIT Trojans team. Has a ton of points, leading the ACAC in points. Then behind him in points as well in the ACAC, his fellow teammate Brent Trentham. We've already talked a little bit about him. But now we see the also dangerous Machado, and he just can't quite get in. Looking up to the sky going, just needed a few more inches there, and they would have been onside. Taking a look here at Machado's stats so far this year. 8 goals, 19 assists for 27 points. Big thing with Machado, only has 4 penalty minutes so far this year, which if your top point getter can stay out of the box and produce like he is, that is a thing of beauty, and you just have to love that without a doubt. Carlson passing that one down. That pass tried to get all the way to Isaac Leak, but good job by Chivas to be able to pick that one up. Again, he's just such a brilliant puck-moving D-man. Do it all, really, for this squad. Good job by the Trojans. Carrier gets that one up to Machado. He's looking for some space. He just fires that one. Took a shot at Bowerman, getting the first shot of today's game, and referee is going to call us dead. Again, we'd like to thank you for all joining us here on this fun-filled Friday. We all hope you're having a good one. We're here in Calgary, Alberta for this matchup. Both of these teams will meet tomorrow again. But now we are going to see Mackenzie Welke win the faceoff for the SAIT Trojans. Tried to get that one back, but unfortunately Ratty just couldn't quite keep that one in. And so now SAIT has to get reset, but now we see Concordia moving this in. Plummer moving that one around, tried to get it to his teammate Cunningham, but just couldn't quite make the pass. Plummer now in a battle here on the boards with Ziegler and Ratty. Those are two guys that you don't want to be battling against when you're a 2-on-1. Carson Welke tries to get that one all the way up to his teammate. That was Zach Cox, who's just such a phenomenal goal scorer for this squad. Just couldn't quite make the pass on that. Now the Thunder coming back in. A good job by Ratty. Tried to get that one to Ziegler, but bounced through a couple of players. Cox now chasing after it. Ratty in the right place at the right time in the neutral zone to pick that one up. He passes that one back to Ziegler. Ziegler tries to make a pass all the way up to McAdam, and that one just goes a little bit out of his reach. Kononchuk tries to get that one around. He just tries to dump that one, but instantly picked up by McNeely. McNeely making a couple players look silly there. Wilson got him all the way out of his shoes. Great moves by him, but unfortunately for the Trojans, just not able to quite get exactly what they wanted on that one. And now Concordia behind their own net in Wayne Gretzky's office. Get everything set up and moving around. And now they're coming into the attack. Trying to make a couple passes, but just can't quite get the connection. Boston Lewis having to make a couple of moves there. He had to go around Grayson Reed, and that one. Making a couple of fancy moves. Always one of those moments of a little bit of uh-oh when you see the opposing team as a goaltender with the puck on your stick and no one around. But Lewis, again, just such a phenomenal goaltender for this squad. He was able to get that one no problem. Number 24, Casey, moving this one around, trying to find a teammate. He does. He finds Dylan Koch. He tried to get that up, or excuse me, Dylan Clark tried to get that one up to sit away, just couldn't quite get it. And great couple of moves, but just can't quite get anything. Huber not quite getting that one. Not getting the angle that he wants, and the referees, unfortunately, that net comes off. It's one of the things that we see a lot of with these new style of nettings, not with the old traditional post in the actual ice surface itself, but more of just kind of like a little bit of a peg going in. Makes it a lot safer for goalies and a lot safer for players, but one thing with the caveat with those is that you do have to deal with a little bit of net coming off a little bit more often. But right now, the Thunder coming in with some pressure. Carlson tries to get that one around. Now it's almost back on his stick, but he just let that one go wide. Leak in a battle here, but Thunder come up with firing shot, and good save from Belouis. Now Carrier moving that one up. He got that over to Williamson, who brought that over to Machado. The also dangerous point getter, playmaker, Chivas. Tried to make a fancy move, but ended up just blowing a tire. Now we have Concordia with numbers. They're moving in. And good shot, but it was blocked by Machado. Good job, and they score! Number 28, Grayson Reed getting the goal. That is his second of the season. And SAIT finds themselves down 1-0 here early. Just an unlucky break for the SAIT Trojans, just not quite getting the exact angles on that one. Again, Grayson Reed getting that goal. The Calgary native coming back home. He loves the fact that he can come back home, get himself a point. Again, like I said, that's his second goal on the season for his 6th total point. Right now, SAIT Trojans down 1-0 early, but still applying a lot of pressure here. And good attempt there by Huber. He just couldn't quite get it. Ended up getting a little bit tripped up there, but SAIT still applying a lot of pressure. Concordia getting that puck back on the stick. And good job. And we have a couple Concordia players down, and Huber looks like he's going to be potentially taken to the penalty box, and he is. So SAIT is going to find themselves down a man. So with 14:30 remaining here in this first period, this is not the necessarily start that these SAIT Trojans would want to have, being down a goal and now going for the first power play of today's game. Taking a look here at the penalty killing for these SAIT Trojans. 86 penalty kill attempts, only allowed 14 power play goals against them. So those are really, really good numbers. Love to see that, but now taking a look here at Concordia. 47 power play opportunities, 12 power play goals. So you have two good units coming out here, but right now SAIT is gonna have to play a little bit on the back foot. So taking a look here at Zach Huber, 6 foot, 192 pounds, from Purdue, Saskatchewan. 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points, 18 penalty minutes, but that's going to be adding on, so he's now officially up to 20 penalty minutes. In the butchery and charcuterie management program here at SAIT, this is actually, they are going to be talking about this a little bit differently. They're switching this one around on the official shot clock and scoreboard here. It's actually going to be a 6-minute penalty. So the SAIT Trojans, they are going to have to make a mountain out of a molehill here, or they're going to have to try to make a mountain into a molehill and really, really go at it. 6 minutes of being a man down is not ideal whatsoever. tough situation for the SAIT Trojans. Right now, taking a look who on the ice for them. Cade McNeely, Mackenzie Welke, Chase Valjeris, and Carson Welke all out there on that PK. No doubt Mackenzie Welke going to be in the face-off circle. He will be going up against Lambert. Edge Lambert will be the man in the face-off circle. Also out there for Concordia is Dalton Wilton. Then we also have Carson Carlu. Then also taking a look at some of the players that we also have. Number 7, Keegan Tegrany out there. And also number 3, Nick Dobson. And it looks like we're about to get ready. Referee's still having a few conversations. They're trying to get all the way situated, exactly where they're going to be. It does appear that a Concordia player is heading to the locker room just to make sure that he's all good. That appears to be number 21, Seth Summers, so hopefully we get to see him back here shortly. One thing that SAIT really wants to make sure they can do is put up a lot of pressure when the Thunder are in their own zone and really kill off and not allow Boston Blue Lewis to take any tough shots here. But also, big thing for SAIT is making sure you still play smart hockey, because you don't want to be on a 5-on-3 for any extra extended period of time. McNeely, he's just going to dump that one down. And good job by McNeely to just dump that one. He gets switched off for Chivas. Now Concordia coming in for the attack. Valjeris getting in the way. Doing a good job against Schneidel. And good save by Boston Lewis. That one hit him right in the face mask. That is a nice way to wake up in the afternoon, for sure. But excellent save there. Lambert all on top of him, giving him a lot of really tough challenges on that one. So McAdams going to be in the face-off circle, going up against number 28. That is Grayson Reed, our only goal scorer here in today's game. Reed ends up winning that one. Got that one over to Carlson. Now it's back on Carlson's stick. Moving this one around. Gets it back to his D partner. Right now Concordia trying to find an angle. And good block by number 24, Keegan Casey. You see him, a little bit of a limp on him after blocking that one, but he's still skating around. Good to see that. Tough kid he is. Good job by SAIT, able to get that. Almost had a breakaway. McAdams takes the educated decision to not chase after that one. Decides to go off for a switch. And now we see the Thunder coming back in, trying to find some space. From the point, firing shot, and a good save by Boston. Leak from his D, or from the blue line. Had basically all open lanes on that one. And but Boston Lewis doing what he does best, making the exact type of saves that you want to see. Zach Cox in the face-off circle against Lambert. Cox is able to win that one. Carrier moves that one over to Sidaway. Sidaway is just going to be able to dump that one down. Good job by him. This is going to kill off at least another 10, 15 seconds. And a SAIT Trojans player, while on the pressure, ends up taking a little bit of a spill. That is indeed Zach Cox, but he's able to get back up quickly and go. Sidaway putting up a lot of pressure there. And now Concordia back on the attack. Wilton tried to get some more angles there, tried to get it back to Kyrolu, but just couldn't quite get that one. Wilton ends up getting that one and just barely onside for Concordia. That is Lambert, but good job. Now the SAIT Trojans are able to get that one out, but Sidaway not exactly where he wanted it to, or that's not exactly where he probably would have wanted to place that puck, but nonetheless, that is where it happened. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining on this power play, and right now the SAIT Trojans have done a phenomenal job so far at killing this one off, only allowing Boston to take really one difficult shot. Chanel excuse me. But Machado in the pressure. Again, love to have a guy who gets a bunch of points for your squad, also playing on the penalty kill. Shows that he is a phenomenal two-way player for head coach Tyler Drader. And so far, 11:15 remaining in this first opening period. SAIT Trojans doing a phenomenal job defensively, just not allowing on this 6-minute penalty to Zach Huber. Just doing a phenomenal job. Brent Trentham in the face-off circle. He ends up winning that one, but ultimately swallowed up by Concordia. They're moving this one around. That's Carlson. Gets it back to his D-man. Now back to Carlson, but he just couldn't quite keep it on his stick. And McNeely tried to get it. Schindel with it. Now Machado just gets that one out. And Brent Trentham, he's going to be chasing after it. And he actually has a little bit of a tip on that, but good job by Griffin Bowerman. Just kind of bat that one down and get that one out of the zone. Mackenzie Welke tries to get this one out and leaves it for a dangerous situation, but Boston Beluis does what he does best and just gets in the way of it, not allowing any clear angle. Almost back to what would be considered a normal power play at 2 minutes. We're at 2:08, 10:38 remaining in this first period. Shot differential is right now 5-1 for the Thunder over the SAIT Trojans. Then again, the SAIT Trojans have been on the PK for the previous 4 minutes. That shot just ends up going to the right side of Beluis. Now back. They're moving this one around. Plummer with it, tries to get it to his team, but intercepted by Chivas. Good job there. He just fires that one. Giving his teammates a little bit of a heart attack on that one. He was aiming for the boards, but ended up almost hitting a couple of the boys. He's going to have to, without a doubt, give a quick apology when he heads over there, saying, sorry, coach. Kenzie Weegar back in the face-off circle. Boys get a little too eager on that one. Now Mackenzie Weegar, he's going to get replaced by his brother, Carson Welke, going up. And Carson is able to win that, but he was tangled up right, and Concordia was able to come up with it. Wilton tried to pass that one back, but Chivas able to dump that one. Gets it to Mackenzie. Now back to Chivas. They're looking for a shooting opportunity. Carson Welke tries to get it over to his brother, but just gets a little bit too hot on the stick for him. Mackenzie Welke was in prime shooting space on that one for sure. And intercepted. That was by number 22, Caden Hannes. Again, one of the players that I mentioned at the start of the broadcast who all played together on that just phenomenal Bison's U18 AAA squad back in 2016. Ratty now on the defensive side trying to make some people miss. And firing point, and that was a good block. McAdams again with another block save right there. Ziegler was also there to get some space, and a great block. That was by Hannes this time, but McAdams, he's going to skate back. He's just going to dump that one down, and then he's going to go off for a change. 35 seconds remaining here in this power play, this 6-minute power play that these SAIT Trojans have done just such a phenomenal job at killing off so far. McNeely bouncing that one around, and a couple of physical hits here, but there's going to be some wide open space, and my oh my, Alexander Morocco, he had a completely wide open lane there. Falgeris, I think he thought he had a little bit more help than he did, but he basically just gave Morocco just a completely wide open shot, but Boston Beluis able to get his glove on that one and send that one just a little bit out. But another 13 seconds remaining here on this 6-minute power play for the Thunder. Sidaway able to win that one, gets tangled up in a referee's foot, but good save by Beluis. Now Carrier tries to get that one out there. We're going to be back to 5-on-5 here shortly. Carrier gets down. That one goes off a tip. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hubert now officially out of the box. He has a bunch of fresh legs, so he's going to come skating, try to get something happen. And firing shot, and that one just goes wide for Sidaway. And the referees decide that one got a little bit too high up and out, so they're going to blow it down. 8:17 remaining here in the hockey game. 7-1 shot differential. Thunder over the SAIT Trojans. Lewis playing a very, very good game so far. Does have that goal allowed, but other than that, it has been nothing but key saves when he needs to make them. Carrier unable to win that face-off, but now the Trojans in the zone. Casey having to do a chase to keep that one in. Concordia battling 3 guys there, able to get that one out just barely. And now they're going to be on quite a good situation. To Chuck, passes that one over, but intercepted by Casey in the neutral zone. Carrier trying to get that one in there, but a SAIT Trojan player ended up slipping and falling. That was Trenton. Battle here in the corner. That's ultimately picked up by SAIT, but they're going to have to quite get that one. Now Machado on it. He got that pass from Casey. Referees are going to call that one dead. And it looks like the SAIT Trojans are going to be going on the penalty kill, or the power play, for the first time here today. Because we see a Concordia Thunder player heading into the box. That appears to be number 3, Nick Dobson. So a perfect opportunity for your SAIT Trojans to come back in this game. Just a 2-minute penalty for Dobson. Clark with it, moving this one around. Shoots and right into the chest of Bowerman. Clark, Dylan Clark, a very fun player to watch for the SAIT Trojans team. Born and raised here in Calgary, Alberta. So far on the season, 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points. Been a lot of fun in his first year with the SAIT Trojans. Mackenzie Welke just ended up fanning on that shot attempt, or that slap, or one-timer. There we go. Ended up getting it out finally. Welke passed that one, tried to get it over to Clark, but he was tangled up here. Clark gets that one over to Welke. Gets it over, firing, and Sidaway just can't quite get it. Bowerman, right place at the right time. Sidaway wondering how he did not sink that one to the back of the net, but Sidaway fires that one. That one goes wide, and unfortunately for the Trojans, they're going to have to do the skate of shame here and get reset. Huber in the zone, battling a couple players. Mackenzie Welke trying to keep that one in. And unfortunately for the Trojans, they're going to have to go all the way back. Moving this one in, and Zach Ziegler decides he's just going to back up, get back, and he's going to have a quick switch. Boston Lewis decides to freeze that one up. He's going to pass that one over to Chivas. Dylan Chivas, 5'11", 190-pound D-man for the squad. Oh, so dangerous with the puck on a stick. But this is another man that's also dangerous, Brandon Machado. And he fires that one, but good glove save. And the net just ends up coming off. Second time that one's come off this side so far. 32 seconds remaining in the SAIT power play. So far in these 2 minutes, they've been able to chip away at this shot differential. Now it's 7-4. 6:08 remaining here in the first period, with the Concordia Thunder up 1-0 over the SAIT Trojans. Machado in the face-off circle. He ends up winning that one. He got that bone back to now Chivas with it. Machado. He's going to try to find some space and just has a weird situation. I'm not sure if that was Chivas or Machado trying to get that one back, or if that was shot all the way down by a Thunder player. But now we see Machado. He's going to try to get that one over to Clark. Just couldn't quite get the puck on a stick. But good job by Zach Cox to move that one. Chivas, right place. Fire that one from the point. You try to get a tip shot there from Cox. 1 second remaining here on this power play for the SAIT Trojans. Coming into today's game, 79 power play opportunities, 21 power play goals. And then taking a look here at Concordia on their penalty kill, 49 penalties taken, only 17 power play goals allowed. So both of these squads are fairly consistent at their respective areas. Back to 5-on-5 with 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in this first period. And good couple of opportunities for the Trojans. Just couldn't quite get that one. McNeely now back on the defense, has a move made against him. That was Stringler. But now we see firing shot from the SAIT Trojans. Just couldn't quite send that one home. But now we have a 2-on-2 battle here. They're able to keep this one on side. Good job by the Trojans to end Chase Feltjeris. The very large 6'4", 183-pound D-men for the squad, just shutting that entry down. Quicker than what I could say, shutting that entry down. But we're going all the way back here into SAIT Trojan zone. 8 total penalty minutes so far here in this opening period, while only having 2 penalties. Hannes unable to win that one for the Trojans, but good job there by McAdams to kind of get a stick. And firing shot, and they score! That is number 12, Isaac Leak, getting the goal. Isaac Leak from Duquesne, BC. That is now his 7th goal. Also has 6 assists on the season. He also has his 13th point on that. And SAIT Trojans find themselves down 2-0 here after just a little over 15 minutes played here. Not exactly the way that you would want to start the weekend off here if you are the SAIT Trojans, but there's still a solid 45 minutes of hockey left to be played. And one thing that we have seen from the SAIT Trojans team is just because they might be down a little bit, they are never out of this. They are coached well. They are coached hard by Tyler Drader. He expects, and if I was a fly on the wall in that locker room, I'm pretty sure he'd be saying, you're not out of this game. You just need to get the puck a little bit more exact where you need to place it. Play a little bit more sharp defensively. I'm sure that's exactly all the things that he's going to be saying in the locker room. No difference whatsoever. But right now we're seeing Concordia coming back in. And that's Carlson getting met by Casey. And another dangerous opportunity. That time it was Wilton. He looked like he had all the angles. And unfortunately for Boston Lewis, he's just getting these really tough shots against him. Well, a Hail Mary pass from Chivas. He was trying to find Cox. He was trying to get that one all the way into the zone. Now Casey on the defense. He was able to get his stick in front of that one. He was able to block the shot on Kunasuk. And firing shot through a bunch of traffic. And Lewis kind of having to make that save, and a tip from Tkachuk right in front of Lewis, but boy, oh boy, he was able to get in front of that one. What a save from Boston Lewis. He's having to make a bunch of those so far tonight. Tough one, and referees decide that one is going to be a little bit of a high stick, so they're going to bring this one out of the zone. And Welke able to win that one, pass that one back to Feltjeris. Pass that one to Koch, who immediately got it back from Welke, Mackenzie Welke more specifically. Couple of physical plays here, couple of clean checks. Now McNeely from his D point, fires that one and can't quite get it home. Trojans had a few options there. Feltjeris takes a point, but that one had to go through a lot of traffic and hit a Thunder player. That one just ends up getting dumped in. Feltjeris sees a couple of teammates open. That's Cox getting that one over to Carson Welke, who tried to get that one over to Trentham, just couldn't quite connect on that one. And that one goes a little bit too offside. 2:40 remaining here in the opening frame. Zach Cox and Carson Kyril having a little bit of conversation as they both make their way to their respective benches. I'm sure they were talking about their weekend plans. All the fun that they plan to have. Thunder just dumped that one in. Ziegler tried to get that one out. He's in a battle against Schnaldel. Ziegler trying to move this one. Up against a great battle against number 8, Brandon Wallace, Thunder captain. Wallace from Yellowknife, Nunavut, Canada. Played in 15 games so far this year. 2 goals, 1 assist for 3 total points, while also having not a lot of penalty minutes or excuse me, a little bit more than not a lot, with 2 total on the year. So obviously if you're the captain, you like to see not be in the box, but right now we see Trentham winning that one against Lambert. Lambert ends up losing a stick against Chivas. That is not the guy that you want to be ended up losing your stick on. You see him skating in, trying to find some space, just couldn't quite get it to Machado. Great rush up the sideline from Chivas, trying to go right across the crease to get it to Machado, but just couldn't quite connect on that one. Referees checking the post. Minute 58 remaining here in the first period. Again, we'd like to thank you all for watching here on ACAC TV for this Feel Good Friday action between the SAIT Trojans and Concordia Thunder. Trojans able to pick that one up. McAdams tried to fire a shot, but that one had to go through a little bit of traffic. Chivas able to dump that one around a couple of players, but almost taken out there was number 22, Caden Hannes. But luckily he was able to get skinny and find a way to not get absolutely blown up on that play. Now we see Casey moving in. Good job there deking around number 23 Cunningham for Concordia. Now Concordia back on the attack, but Falgeras able to get his long arms out there. Now McAdams coming in. They have some numbers, trying to find it, and McAdams shoots, but it was easily covered up by Bowerman. Good save by him. So coming into today's matchup, obviously the SAIT Trojans were 11-7-1, while Concordia came in with a record of 7-8-1. And right now, this was definitely one of the games that I had pinpointed as a little bit of a trap game for the SAIT Trojans, mainly because you see the SAIT Trojans, they're second in the standings currently, only behind Red Deer. And then you look at the very bottom, Concordia Thunder, there's only one team below them. So this is one of those games that was going to be a little bit tougher for them to come in, and you felt good about the SAIT Trojans, but right now, this is exactly what I said at the beginning of the broadcast. Trap game, and Concordia is doing all sorts of good things, and they get another goal. That is Grayson Reed getting his second of the game in second of the period. Just putting that much pressure on this SAIT Trojans team to come back. And if you are the SAIT Trojans, this is just not where you want to be. The last game that you played against Nate, you ended up losing 7-1. And this was not the type of game. This was supposed to be a game to get your confidence back, and right now you're getting shut out 3-0 here early in this game. 40 seconds remaining. A lot to be talked about in the dressing room here. Just from our broadcast angle, it just appears that this Thunder team, they are just able to get the shots in the right place. Got to be good to be lucky, and you got to be lucky to be good. And right now, this Thunder team is both. SAIT Trojans trying to apply a little bit more pressure here. Good opportunity, they get the goal back, scores! That is number 7. That is Carson Welke, bringing this game just a little bit closer. Taking a look here at Carson Welke's total stats so far this year. That is his 3rd goal for his 6 total points. And just like that, these SAIT Trojans are now back to a 2-goal deficit and feeling a lot more confident heading into this second period. 14-15 remaining on the shot clock. And boy, oh boy, this has been a fun one to watch. Little bit of puck bounce or puck luck, and they're able to get that one. Bowerman just covers that one up. And Carson Welke just doing what he does, putting that one in the back of the net here, getting his team a little bit closer. But now we see Trentham in the face-off circle, unable to win that. He went up against Wilton. SAIT trying to end this deficit, and we're going to be going into the second period with the Concordia Thunder up 3-1 over these SAIT Trojans. I've been Brendan Donald so far here on the call. You're watching this game on ACAC. We'll be back here for another 20 minutes of hockey shortly. And welcome back, everybody, to this Feel Good Friday, where we have a fun one brewing here between the Concordia Thunder and the SAIT Trojans, where we see the Thunder up 3-1 currently. Taking a look at our goal scores, started today's game with Grayson Reed. He got the first and third goal for the Thunder. We also had a goal from Isaac Leak, number 12 for the Thunder. And then with the dying seconds, 14 seconds exactly remaining in this period, or the first period, Carson Welke gets his third goal of the year to bring this SAIT Trojans team back just a little bit more. Taking a look here at these goaltenders, obviously we still have Boston Beluis, and then for the Thunder, we have Griffin Bowerman, local Calgary boy, here playing in his hometown here tonight. Actually have a handful of Calgary natives, Grayson Reed, Carson Cairo, couple of Calgary boys getting here to play in front of a little bit of hometown love. But another 20 minutes of hockey coming up here shortly for you. The captain, Brandon Wills, 6 foot, 150 pounds from Yellowknife in the face-off circle. He's going up against what appears to be Zach Huber. Actually, that was Tanner Sidaway. So Sidaway able to win that one, bring that one back to Shivas. Shivas trying to move that one up. Gets that one to Casey, who just ends up dumping that one into Sidaway. Sidaway tries to get it to Clark in front of the net, but just can't quite get the angle on it. Sidaway back to Shivas. Shivas tries to get that one over to Casey, but that one just goes out and about, so Trojans have to get reset. Clark moving this one. He got that one over to Huber. Huber's trying to move this one around and just gets a little bit tripped up there by Wills. But great extra effort there by Huber to just keep fighting, even though he had 3 guys all around him on the opposite side of the team. Boys are getting a little bit of rough and tough here, but here's Shivas, the so dangerous point man, and look at those moves. And oh my goodness, Tanner Sidaway, how did you not nail that one into the back of net? Bowerman, beautiful save. What a couple of events there. Sidaway was sure he had that one going all the way into the back, but Bowerman, excellent, excellent save. Nothing more than tip your head, as that was a thing of beauty. And Sidaway just looking up to the sky going, how, oh how can I not put that one in the back of the net? But Grayson Reed, the goal scorer, 2 goals so far here today. The Calgary kid going up against Brett Trentham. Second in points in the ACAC behind his teammate Brandon Machado, number 9. Another fun fact here for these SAIT Trojans, mentioned this at the opening of the broadcast. Zach Huber, Brandon Machado, Brent Trentham, and Caden Canis all played for the U15 or the U18 Bison's AAA squad in 2016-2017. While they also played with Buffalo Sabres player Peyton Krebs. So it's fun to see go all the way back a couple years and now see them where they are, their hockey journeys, now joining this SAIT Trojans team. You know for a fact, seeing them all together, they love being able to just have that connection even after all of these years. That's one of the things that we love about hockey, you know, getting to see these types of stories play out even after all of these years. But now we see the Thunder coming in with some speed, and that is Reed. Now Thunder moving this one around. Cairo tried to get it, but Trojans just kind of have a couple of men in there, and the boys getting rough and tough there. They're definitely talking about their weekend plans. It does appear that we have a SAIT Trojans player down. Hopefully he's able to get up relatively quickly. That appears to be number 17, Dylan Chivas. Or that's actually, excuse me, Brent Trentham. And it appears, even though he was down and a little bit hurt, it looks like he's going to be going to the penalty box. So the Trojans are going to be heading into the box for their second power play, or for their second penalty kill of today's game. Down 3-1 here early in the second period. Again, I'm Brendan Donald here live on the call. We appreciate you all very much for watching on ACAC TV. Joining us on this Feel Good Friday here in Calgary, Alberta, who had, after what was a week of not really great weather, now starting to get back to some lovely, lovely weather. And Bowerman, Calgary native, gets that one up to his teammate, Auduchuk. And now they're moving in and got a little bit tangled up there. That was Tate and Ratty. Got tangled up with the ref there. Hopefully they're all good to go. And now here we see Thunder moving this one around. That's Tringer. He's moving this one around. He was oh so dangerous in that first period. This is a guy that Trojans definitely want to make sure that they lock up pretty good. And good hip check there from Hannes. Trojans trying to move this one out. And again, in that first period, SAIT Trojans had a 6-minute penalty kill, and they were able to do it masterfully. And Hannes just can't quite keep that puck on his stick. He was in wide open Hail Mary land, and it was only going to be him and Bowerman on the play, but unfortunately just couldn't keep that one on his stick. And now we see them coming in. That is Wilton on the attack. Trojans try to get this one out. 37 seconds remaining here in the power play. McNeely just dumps that one down, and we have a dangerous opportunity. Bowerman is going to have to go up against McAdams, and McAdams unable to get into the right positioning there, but definitely giving Bowerman a little bit of a fright here. That is now the second time this Thunder team has allowed a SAIT Trojan into the zone, pretty much uncontested on the penalty kill. Morocco moving this one in. Bowerman slamming his stick down on the ground, telling his teammates that we are back to 5-on-5. Trentham, good to see him back and skating with a full set of energy. It was a little bit slow to get up. But now we see Trojans coming back now with the 5-on-5. Good, dangerous situation here. McAdams slows up. He's looking for a teammate, tries to get him. They just can't connect with Trentham. And another dangerous opportunity for McAdams. He fires that one. That one just goes at a weird angle, not quite getting it. Sidaway had it, but ended up losing that one. Leak just tries to dump that one out. Chivas couldn't quite keep it. And Lewis, he's going to try to get this one out. And Dylan Clark, he's out in no man's land. He fires, and that one just goes wide. Now they're coming in. Odenchuk trying to move it around. Wilton battling against Sidaway, and Sidaway ended up winning this one. Konchik, excuse me, instead of Wilton. Sometimes I get my numbers mixed up, but now we see Wilton dump it in. Got that one past Huber. 15 remaining here in the second period. This has been an eventful one so far. SAIT Trojans have had a couple of opportunities of where they've had numbers and just not necessarily getting the puck luck that they would desire. And firing shot, and that was a good block there. That shot came from number 17, Gabe Owenchuk. Just trying to get this one around. SAIT in their own, behind their own net, moving this one around. Believe that to be Trentham. Clark going over to give him a little bit of help. And just ends up dumping that one. Couldn't quite get the angle on that one. And that's Chivas moving that one in. And Dylan Clark just jumps off right away. He was the closest one to that puck. Trentham was chasing after it. He's able to win that one. And he has numbers. Machado trying to get that one over to Carrier. Machado moving that one. He got that one over. And firing shot from Carrier. That one just gets hit by Brant King. Right place at the right time for him. Trentham moving this one around, but he is met by King and Tringer. Referee is going to tell them to move this one on. They're going to blow this one dead if nothing happens relatively shortly. And Gary able to win that one. Firing shot. Machado tried to go for the tip, just couldn't quite get that one on. And another firing shot. This time that was from Ratty, and they score! Brandon Machado gets the rebound goal. Brandon Machado getting his 9th goal of the year and his 28th total point to help get his team right back in this game. It's a 1-goal lead for the Thunder, but these SAIT Trojans, they are battling back here, folks. Don't turn that dial because we have an exciting one for you here today. Wallace in the face-off circle for the Thunder. He's able to win that one. And whatever head coach Tyler Drader said in the locker room, we are going to have a penalty here coming up to the SAIT Trojans. Or nope, whistle blown. So we actually might have seen something different here. Actually, we're going to have an icing call. Looked at the wrong referee with his arm up there, folks. That is my apologies on that one. Wallace versus Mackenzie Welke in the face-off circle. Welke able to win that one. Bring that over to McNeely. And a firing shot that got tipped off of a Thunder skate. That was Morocco giving Bowerman the fright of his life on that one. That could have been an own goal. And these SAIT Trojans, they look like a completely different team from this first period to now this second period. McNeely fired that one. Zach Cox with it, moving this one around. Got that one over to Mackenzie Welke. Now we're having a battle here in the corner. Welke. Cox and Welke in a battle on the corner, trying to get that one out. And Carson Welke able to win that one. Felgeris tried to fire that one, but that one just goes up and over. And that was tipped by number 16, Hunter Leslie, to kind of bring a little bit of a slowdown for the Trojans on that one. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in with us here on this Friday evening here on ACAC TV. Hopefully, wherever you're watching from, that you're having a good time. And a good firing shot right off the face-off. That coming from Dylan Williamson. He was looking to tie this game up and put that 5-hole, but Bowerman able to just close that one up. Reed and McAdam. Reed able to pick that one up, the 2-goal scorer for today. Local Calgary kid playing in his hometown. And here we see Reed able to actually get that win and not cause icing. And big situation there for Thunder. But now SAIT coming back in with some pressure. Hannes just couldn't quite keep it on there. Now it's back on his stick thanks to his teammate. And a good opportunity. And Casey got that one over to Williams. Williams gives his man a little bit of a shove, saying, please move out of the way so we have a clean firing lane. Chivas firing, and that one tried to get tipped by Williamson. Good opportunity and great extra effort there from Casey to keep that one in. Williams behind the net, looking for some space, gets that one over to McAdams. Now over to Williamson. Williamson gets that one to McAdams. Moving this one around, now back to Williamson. They're playing hot potato. Casey, Williams, now over to yes, you guessed it, McAdams. Now Kyril able to win that one. Leak, also a goal scorer here in today's game, was able to dump that one. But Dylan Chivas, the oh-so-dangerous D-man, and he got tangled up there, ended up losing his stick. He looks a little bit shaken up here, so we'll have to get a report on him. Hopefully he's able to get right back up right quickly. But to Chuck for the Thunder, able to dump that one in. And now SAIT Trojans putting up a lot of pressure to get this one out of their own zone. And now coming in with some wheels, and a big boy hit from Dylan Clark. And he got that one on the stick of Ratty, who just sailed that one a little bit wide. But Dylan Clark, not necessarily the biggest boy out there at 5'10", 170 pounds, but he threw the body like it was absolutely nothing. And the boys are getting physical and fun out here. Nothing but a clean hit on that one, open ice, which created Ratty a great opportunity, but now SAIT trying to get this one. Clark tried to keep that one on his stick, just couldn't quite get that one. Again, that was fired back to Clark, but that one, a little bit of a snapshot. Kind of had to make a outfield catch there Bowerman did. Looks like he was playing outfield for the Toronto Blue Jays. Goes up, pop catch, nicely done. You would definitely hate, if you're the goaltender, to have that one sneak by. Lambert in the face-off circle. He's going to be going up against Trentham. Lambert ends up losing that one to Trentham. The oh-so-dangerous Machado-Trentham line back out there. Machado, who was able to get this game a little bit closer with the battle, but now we see McNeely back on the puck. Get that over to Falgeras. Former Humboldt Bronco Falgeras. They're moving this one. This is going to be a foot race, and it's ultimately going to be picked up by the Thunder. And that is Cunningham able to win that one. He was in a race against Carrier. Just not quite able to pick that one up. 10-14 remaining here in this second period. Now taking a look at the shot differential, it is now in favor of your SAIT Trojans, 14-11. SAIT entered this period, or Concordia entered this period with 11 shots on the board, so they have yet to register one so far here, and still, even with that wide shot, have still yet to register one. This one goes back. SAIT entered this period with 9. They've now battled up to 14 total. Obviously have the lone goal of the period. That one's good block by Trentham to just pick that one up in his own zone. Dangerous opportunity. Carrier able to just pickpocket now on Machado. Trentham gets it over to Carrier, just couldn't quite keep it. Dangerous opportunity, but now we have a 2-on-1 situation. Carrier coming in, a lot of space, and great job there by Chase Falgeras, the lone man. And we have a Concordia player down. Great extra effort there from Chase Falgeras. Was all alone, 2-on-1. And yes, it is indeed going to be a penalty coming up to the SAIT Trojans. That is number 3, Cade McNeely. No power play goals here so far in today's game. Concordia going on their 3rd official. Technically speaking, this would be their 5th because you had the 4-minute one. And then you also had that 2 minutes. So getting a little bit of clarity for you folks here about that 6-minute penalty. It was a 4-minute major penalty, and then there was an additional 2 minutes for slashing on top of that. And so we've seen this SAIT Trojans team do really well on the penalty kill so far here in today's game, really only allowing 1 or 2 shots in that first one and allowing none on that second one. Where now we see Carson Welke and his brother Mackenzie Welke putting up pressure. But now we see Ottawachuk trying to get this one, but the SAIT Trojans doing a phenomenal job at applying pressure and not really allowing them. As soon as Concordia enters the zone right now, it seems like Trojans are able to just get them out as quick as humanly possible. And Mackenzie Welke just battling. He's ultimately going to get taken off. And here comes McAdams. Falgeras also jumps onto the ice as well. Casey out there. And Hannes. Good job for the Trojans, who have just done a magician's level job at killing off this power play. Unseen, really. Not allowing any shots. Morocco passes that one up. He got that one up to his teammate number 28, Reed. The local Calgary kid got those 2 goals in that first period. He's looking for a hat trick. What a day that would be, coming back to your hometown, able to score a hat trick even when you're on the away team. Huber, who caused that 6-minute penalty earlier in today's game, now on the pressure. But now here comes Concordia, moving this one in, and just a little bit too quick for their own good. That one's going to go offside. 7 seconds remaining here in this power play. 7:33 in the hockey game. Or not in the hockey game, in the second period. That would have been time travel if we were already in the third, with only 7:30 remaining. This game has just been fast, flowing, and fun. Thank you all for watching here on ACAC TV. Wilton just dumped that one in, and we are officially back to 5-on-5 hockey McNeely out of the zone, but Brandon Machado, he's looking to tie this game up there, and he had a great shooting opportunity. He was looking for his 10th goal of the year, but right now he has to remain at 9. Great opportunity, McNeely to Machado. A lot of pressure in the zone. Wilton in the face-off circle. And he's going to go up against Brent Trentham. Machado on the right side of him, Then Ty Carrier on the right. Concordia able to win that one. King tries to dump that one, but he was met by a couple of SAIT Trojan bodies. Now finally able to get that one. Now they're going up the left side. Coming in with some speed to Chuck, trying to find some space. And that was a hit to the back. Got to be careful. One thing that we see a lot of in youth hockey is we actually see a stop sign right either above or below the name tag to give those kids reminders to not hit people in the back. And right there, the Thunder got a little bit lucky there. Referee decided that was going to be on the more of the shoulder side of things, but dangerous opportunity there for the Thunder. Now the SAIT Trojans coming out. That's Machado. He passed that one over to Casey. Trentham just kind of in no man's land. Now see Carrier kind of getting that Hail Mary pass. Able to pick it up there. But Dobson was doing a great job of killing that or covering that one off. And another great opportunity there by Schellenberg. That was Leak. Now let's say Trojans moving this one around. Trying to get that one out. Now we see Cox going up against Morocco. Morocco just ends up dumping that one in. SAIT Trojans coming in. That's Zach Cox. He has Mackenzie Welke. Mackenzie Welke didn't quite see that pass coming. And dangerous opportunity. Mackenzie Welke had it. Carson Welke decided to go for the hit on Lambert, but now he's able to pick that one after his brother gets the hit. Tries to get it over to Cox, picks it up in the corner, skating in front of that, trying to find some space, trying to go for the backhand, but excellent defense there by Morocco. And Cox gets it to Welke, who's behind the net. That one just sailed past him. Now it's back on his stick, but had to battle against Morocco. And Lambert just fires that one into the netting and unable to keep that one in. 5:13 remaining here in the second period. Goals 3-2 for the Thunder over your SAIT Trojans. Hopefully you are all having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Right now we're going to see Sidaway in the face-off circle. He's going to be joined by Clark and Huber. He's going to be going up against Plummer. Plummer able to win that one, but Huber's able to pick this one up. Just shoved down by Currell. And a firing shot there. That was by Sidaway. Dangerous opportunity. They're coming in. These SAIT Trojans are coming in with a lot of pressure. Clark moving this one around. Ratty trying to get that one. Just couldn't quite connect on it. That one's going all the way down for a quick icing call. Plummer going to be in the face-off circle for the Thunder. He's going to be joined by Kyril. And then on the opposite side of him is another teammate, number 17, Abadjwek. Hannes gets bounced out of the face-off circle in favor of McAdams. McAdams is able to win that. Felgeris tries to dump that one. McAdams tried to get the tip shot there, but just couldn't quite get it. And what a keep in by Hannes. But he's down. He's slow to get up, but he was looking like Michael Jordan there, jumping up 30 feet to keep that one in the zone. But now we see Concordia coming in with some speed and some pressure. That's number 8. That's Brandon Wallace, the captain. Just a little over 4 minutes remaining here in this second period. Thunder coming in with their most amount of pressure they've seen so far, and they score! Number 27, Tyler Schnedel, getting his team back up
to a 2-goal lead.
Schindel coming in. That is his 4th goal on the season. He also has 5 assists, so that is going to be his 9th total point on the year. And Concordia just manages to get right back up to that 2-goal lead, 4-2. SAIT Trojans, after what was just such a momentum of a period for them, now find themselves back down to that 2-goal deficit the same way they entered it. Still 23.5 minutes remaining in this game, another 3.5 remaining in this period. Let's see what they're able to pull up. So many great chances for the SAIT Trojans. That one just gets tipped up and out. Leslie tried to get it on a stick, but just bounced and gave the SAIT Trojans coaching staff a little bit of duck. Wilton in the face-off circle against Trentham. These two have been battling each other all night long. And Trentham able to win that one. Tried to get it back to his teammate, and Wilton tried to tip that one out, but ended up just sending that one in to the SAIT Trojans bench for their second uh-oh type of a moment here in less than a couple of minutes. Good thing everyone's paying attention, able to get the glove up. Dylan Williamson, number 14 on the bench, able to get that big mitt and just block everything. Wilton able to win that one. Machado in the battle here. He's trying to pickpocket to Chuck, and they're doing a good battle right there. Morocco with it. He's moving this one up, coming in with speed. He just decides to dump that one. He fires that one all the way to Boston Belouis, but he's able to cover that one up. Boston Belouis standing at 6'3", 181, save percentage of .901. Whenever you have a goaltender with a save percentage with that .9 and above, you just love to see it. You know you have a really talented goaltender on your squad. And here they're coming in. Another firing shot. That one goes around. That came from Schellingberg. And now the Trojans trying to just move this one around, trying to find some space. Ziegler trying to move this one up. Passing to Welke. Now Clark Cox is going to get this one. He passed that one over to Mackenzie Welke. That was a big hit on the sideline by Carlson. And Kyril firing shot and just goes a little bit wide. And here we see a great opportunity. Firing shot, and that one just goes wide. That was number 28, Grayson Reed. He was looking for his hat trick. Something in the air tells me he might be already a player of the game here for this Thunder team. He has just been electric here for this Thunder squad. Whenever he has the puck on his stick, you just know that something crazy could happen. But here we see Huber trying to move this one to Welke, gets it, and a firing opportunity from the point. They just couldn't quite get that. That was Falgeras, just couldn't quite get it. He had clear shot. Tough one for him, and that one's going to go all the way down for an icing call. And we're coming back down here. But Bowerman making a great save. Rebound, just unfortunately for the SAIT Trojans, no one was home to just keep it and put it behind. That's kind of been the night it's been for these SAIT Trojans. They've had some bounces and rebounds, just no one there to close it up. But Reed and Huber able to win that one. Falgeras passed that one over to Huber, but a great block there by Dobson. He took that one, essentially looked like almost in the chest. Luckily, these hockey players are wearing padding there, so that made it probably a little bit less painful. Lambert dumps that one down, or tried to get it out, but that kind of came across the blue line. Puck was tiptoeing in and out, and finally picked up by the Trojans. Dylan Clark with it. Skating around, making a couple of fancy moves, get that over to Sidaway. He had to go through 3 bodies there, couldn't quite connect on that one. Clark with it, trying to find some space, skating around. He's so dangerous with it on his stick, and great save by Bowerman. And the boys getting rough and tough, talking about their dinner reservations later. Sidaway talking to Morocco, talking about his favorite order at McDonald's. Referees say, no, break that up, boys. We're here to play hockey, not talk about fast food. And apparently, they're continuing to talk about that. Tringer looks like he's being moved around. But that was a great opportunity by the SAIT Trojans. From the moment right now, it looks like there's going to be no penalties awarded. So it's just the referees getting in there saying, you know what, we get it. It's a hot and physical game. And we're going to keep it slowed down. And we're not going to award any penalties right now. We're just going to make sure that you guys understand to not get too up in arms about it. But here we see Leslie moving in. Tried to get that one up. SAIT able to pick that. 30 seconds remaining here in the second period. Chivas just takes a tumble in the corner. And now we see Concordia back with it. Cunningham just dumped that one into the corner. 15 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining, and Thunder able to get that. Does appear that there looks like a stick in the corner over there, but with 2-1, and that brings us to the end of the second period. We have 20 more minutes of hockey action here for you on ACAC. I've been Brendan Donald here live on the call, hanging out with you here for this exciting ACAC matchup between the SAIT Trojans, who are down 2-4 against the Concordia Thunder. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes for some more hockey action. For watching here on ACAC TV. Hopefully you're all having a fun-filled Friday. Here in Calgary, it is beautiful weather compared to what we've been having here. We're playing in Winsport, the new home for the SAIT Trojans for at least the next couple of years, while the SAIT Campus Center is being renovated. But now we see Boston Blues behind his own net, having to get that one moved around. Trentham pass that one over to Carrier, trying to make a couple of dekes and just can't quite get it. But here we see Trentham back with it, gets it up to Carrier. Carrier was met by a couple of bodies. Trentham able to pick that one up. Tried to find Machado, and he does, who tried to find Trentham right back. But that one just gets bounced out and around. Actually, Trentham was able to keep that in, excuse me. Great job by him, but now we see Concordia moving this one out. They just dumped that one up and over. That was Alexander Morocco. Chivas, so much speed on his skates. Machado immediately got that pass and dumped it over to Carrier. Just such a phenomenal line. This Carrier, Machado, Trentham, they have been so much fun to watch as we have a battle here in the corner. Carrier on the year, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 total points. Boston having to make that against Curlo, excuse me. And a big hit, and without a doubt, that coming on Carson Welke, that one's gonna get called 2 minutes for cross-checking in the back. And just like this, the SAIT Trojans are gonna enter the start of this period with a penalty kill. And this is going to be a great opportunity. That one coming to number 3, Nick Dobson, getting his first penalty of today's matchup. And a couple of boys just end up falling on that one in the face-off circle. Unfortunately, Ziegler can't keep that one into the zone. He points out Welke. Welke tries to make the pass, but good block there by Wallace. Now Ziegler with it, moving up. Slows that one down, passes that one back to Clark. He's coming in with a lot of heat. Tries to dump that one around, just took a little bit of a pod shot, and that one went wide. And Concordia was able to dump that one back. Doing a great job here in that first 30 seconds of killing off that penalty. Ziegler looks like he has a little bit more free space, but just passed that one back to Sidaway once it finally started to close off. Mackenzie Welke, good block there by Concordia. They're just not allowing this SAIT Trojans team to make any pressure coming in. Ziegler with it again on his stick. He's trying to find some open space. He passes that one over to Cox, who tries to dump that one back down. And that one comes out and around. This first 70 seconds of this penalty, Trojans haven't really had much to speak of other than going to chase it in their own zone. Machado, and it looks like Hawks kind of got bumped together, but great opportunity there. That was by Leak, who has a goal in today's game. Shivas behind his own net. 23 seconds remaining on this power play, and no real pressure from the SAIT Trojans really to speak of. Trentham coming in with the best shot, and still that one went wide. 10 seconds remaining here on the power play. 16:40 remaining left here in this hockey game, barring overtime, of course. And again, another phenomenal job. They just dumped that one in, but that one goes all the way up into the netting. I've been Brendan Donald here live on the call with you guys all game long. This has been a fun one to watch for sure. We like to thank you all for hanging out with us here today for what is some phenomenal hockey action. These two teams battle again tomorrow. McNeely with it. Tried to get that one over to Falgeras, but he had a Concordia player all up in his face. Kind of had to back off a little bit. To Chuck. Kind of put some pressure there. Good shot there. That was by number 11, Luke Konachuk, excuse me. And good physical play. And McNeely might be getting an interference call here. There was a check on the boards. And indeed, McNeely knew it right from the bat. He's heading to the box. So now both number 3s for both sides have their penalty in this period. Cade McNeely so far this year for the team, in the 6th game that he's played, he's had 43 penalty minutes. Now add 2 more, making that up to 45 total. Clark is also heading into the penalty box. I'm not sure if he's just sitting there to serve it or what the entire dealio there is, but Hannes just dumps that one down. And a great opportunity for the Trojans. McAdams tried to get that one. And I'm not entirely sure, but I did see Dylan Clark again head into the box, but now we have a great opportunity for the SAIT Trojans. Hannes gonna try to get it over McAdams, and it just rings off the post. How did that one not go in? Bowerman is gonna be tapping that thing, showing it some love a little bit later, because that one just bailed him out. My oh my, Trojans can't seem to buy themselves a lucky goal right now. Falgeras had the opportunity to get it out, but that one just bounced over his stick. Sidaway doing a great job at just getting down and trying to block that one. Schnindel moving that one around. Ratty trying to get that one out. Hubert tried to get it out, but dangerous opportunity. Falgeras doing a great job at just batting that one out and wide. And now Concordia is going to have to get reset. Coming in with some speed and some pressure. Odwicek trying to move that one. Now we see Tringer moving that one to Schwander. And a firing shot, and that one's bouncing out. Good job by Boston Malus and Chivas to not really allow any extra. Mackenzie Welke, now he has his brother. Carson Welke has open space, and they score! Carson Welke gets his second of the game. Short-handed goal. SAIT Trojans now down by 1. 14:29 remaining in this hockey game. If there was one way you wanted to get yourself back in it, that is the way to do it. Carson Welke having himself a night. 2 goals. Taking a look at his regular season, he only has 2 goals in the other games that he's played. He's played 14 games so far this year and has as many goals in those other 14 as he does tonight. So he's having himself a night. 5 more seconds remaining in the penalty. And they almost had another Hail Mary opportunity for Trentham. And I was indeed correct. Dylan Clark was the man in the penalty box. Not sure McNeely what the situation there was him. I don't know if he's in there serving a longer penalty. Does not appear to be showing up on our scoreboard, but indeed Dylan Clark was in there. Good save by Boston Blues. Machado now pass that one over to Carrier. But they're able to keep that one in. That is Chandel. Ziegler battling. He was up against Konishuk. Now battle here in the corner. To Chuck versus Ratty and McAdams. Got that one out to Trentham. Now Carrier moving this one in, coming in on the right side, going on the sidelines here. Gets his stick a little bit caught up there with number 28, Grayson Reed, who also has a pair of goals here in this hockey matchup. Now Concordia coming back in, blocking shot, and Boston Blues makes a good glove save. Valjeris tries to get that one out, but it's ultimately intercepted. And Casey tried to get down low to block the shot from Leak. And Carlson ends up tumbling into the referee. Had a couple of those situations in today's game where the referee and a player meets each other. And if my eyes are serving me correctly, it still does appear to be that McNeely is in the penalty box. Valjeris with the puck, so he's clearly serving a longer served penalty. It might be coinciding penalties by both teams. I just can't see you on the opposite side. Obviously, once McNeely comes out, I'll be able to determine that for sure for you here. But now we see Tringer trying to get it, but Valjeris just out-muscling him, and Valjeris just ends up taking a tumble backwards. Referees call that one. He was in a battle against Zach Cunningham. Zach Cunningham is also a fairly big boy, but we do have a penalty coming up to number 7. That is Keegan Tringer, giving these SAIT Trojans another power play opportunity to try to get themselves back in this hockey game and try to tie it back up. And immediately a couple of bodies collide. Referees talking with Mackenzie Welke. And it looks like Mackenzie Welke is going to be brought to the box. So not even 4 seconds in to this 5-on-4, they're going to be heading back to the box. So it's going to be essentially a full 2 minutes of 4-on-4 action here. And SAIT Trojans cannot be happy about that. Sidaway able to win that one. That one's brought back. They're moving this one around. Schnindel trying to get this one. He has it. Passes it back to his D-man. And what a block by Huber, putting his body on the line to help his goaltender out. Morocco in the D position for Concordia. Casey trying to find some space. A lot of open ice here when you have a 4-on-4. Casey brings that over to Sidaway. And that one, without a doubt, is going to be a penalty. Tanner Sidaway slapping the stick out of the Concordia player's hand. Now we're going to have a 4-on-3. And the SAIT Trojans right now are just kind of dealing with a comedy of errors on their own part. Trentham trying to win this one against Reed. Reed ends up winning this one. Now they're moving this one around, looking for a firing shot. And this one is Kyril. Now back on a stick, passes it, can't quite get it, leak on the side of the net. Obachuk now gets it over to Schnindel. Schnindel fires, that was Obachuk. And that one goes all the way out and around. So another minute of this 4-on-3 Chivas. Owenchuk tries to get it. And that one was a bouncing pass. Almost got to Leak. Leak with it. Gets it over to his teammate. And back to Leak. That was a firing shot. That one bounced out and around. And good job by Dylan Chivas to just dump that one around. Kyrlu now getting a quick shift off. Another 28 seconds. And firing and good block there. It's going to be a 5-on-3 for a solid 4 seconds. And Boston Blues, the net just pops off of its hinges. And killing any momentum the Thunder really had. Boy, oh boy, these last 5 minutes have just been action-packed. I'm on the edge of my seat here, and I hope that you guys are also on the edge of your seat. It's been a fun one. Hannes wins it against Wilton, excuse me. Not sure where I got Wildy from, but it is indeed. Hannes beat Wilton. And that one goes all the way back down. So it's officially a 5-on-3 for 4 seconds. Now it's officially a 5-on-4. So another 30 seconds of 5-on-4 action. Morocco with it. He got that over to Wilton. And that one just ends up going up and over Zach Cunningham's stick. Schnindel also back out there. They're moving this one around. Wilton. And they tried to get it, but just couldn't quite connect. And that one's going to be an icing call for 5 more seconds. So the SAIT Trojans, if they can win this so important face-off in Thunder zone, they could put themselves in a really good spot, getting an extra man out there pretty much right off the face-off. Trentham going to be in the face-off circle for the SAIT Trojans, and he wins it. Gets that one back to Chivas, firing that one, just good save by Bowerman. And now we're back to officially even strength with 9.5 minutes remaining in the game. Sidaway jumps off for Carrier. And now Chivas, the oh-so-dangerous D-men, gets that over to Machado, who got that one over to Carrier, who just ends up dumping that one in. Machado went chasing after it. And here we see number 11, Lucas Kunchuk, just kind of dumped that one into the zone, and Boston Blues covers that one up while Lambert skating after him. And Lambert and Chivas having a little bit of a conversation, talking about all the class work that they have, no doubt. Boston Blues been not necessarily the performance that he would have wanted to. A couple of weird bounces for sure, but you're not always going to be on your A game every single night. But luckily the SAIT Trojans do have an excellent number 2 goaltender. That is Spencer Welke, the younger brother of Carson and Mackenzie Welke. Still waiting for the day where I get to call. Spencer Welke passes it to either one of the Welke brothers, who passes it to the other Welke brother, and inevitably they score. That, for me, would just be an amazingly fun situation. Falgeris passes that one all the way up to Carrier. Carrier tries to fire, but just can't quite get home. And now Concordia coming up with some speed, but just ended up not getting a little bit too hot for their own good. Just couldn't quite keep it. Obachuk in a battle with Ratty. Welke now with it. He's skating up the sideline. He's looking for space. He's looking for his hat-trick goal of today's game. That one goes wide. That one had a lot of heat on it. Ratty just kind of dumps that one in. And now the SAIT Trojans have to get reset. That's Casey batting that one up to Mackenzie Welke. Moving this one around. 7.5 minutes remaining in the third period. And Casey fires from the point. That one had to go through a couple of bodies. Fortunately, Carson Welke was down on the ice and kind of had to go around him. Casey ends up blowing a tire, and a lot of shouting from the referees not making a call there. Ratty with it. Gets that one up to Mackenzie. That one just not quite connecting on a stick. And great interception there by Sidaway. He's dangerous with the puck on a stick, but he ends up getting run into by his teammate Cox. And unfortunately, they can't get anything extra off of that one. Moving this one around. And up into the rafters. That one's going to bring a stop. And the referee's having quite the conversation, clearly trying to settle down the boys a little bit. Sidaway in the face-off circle for the SAIT Trojans. He just kind of bats that one into the corner. And now we see Trojans trying to move this one around. And that one goes out. Boston Lewis just catches that one in his glove. Had to make a dangerous pass against Leak. Luckily that Leak didn't pick that one up. And he was able to get that one up to Huber. Thunder have a 1-goal advantage. Right now, SAIT looking to try to apply a lot of pressure. Firing Scott and Sidaway for the second or third time today is just begging for an opportunity to put one in the back of the net. But we have a couple of the boys down, and they're talking about all the video games they like to play. Referees not having any of it, saying let's get back to hockey. And a couple players down still, waiting to see if there's going to be any foul play caused. And it looks like we're going to see a SAIT Trojan potentially heading towards the box, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have a couple penalties by both teams. But no matter what, we are seeing at the moment a Thunder player going in, and it appears it might be a power play at the moment. Tanner Sidaway kind of looking around with a glove off. And right now, Griffin Bowerman appears to be in a little bit of pain. So they're just allowing him to get set and regroup. Hopefully he's going to be A-okay here relatively shortly. We'll see what the outcome of all of this comes to be. Hubert for the SAIT Trojans having a conversation with the referees. Again, I've been Brendan Donald here on the call. This has been a really, really fun one. Hopefully everyone watching has been enjoying this one just as much as I have. And it does appear that Tanner Sidaway is likely going to be heading over to the penalty box, so we're going to have coinciding penalties. So we're going to remain 5-on-5. Waiting to see the official number for the Thunder player to know exactly who that is. So I can get that to you. It doesn't appear that they're going to throw that one up on the shot clock. And our PA announcer ringing the horn a little bit, asking exactly, just figuring everything out so he knows what to call. Good job by our lovely PA announcer, Christian. Does so many of these SAIT Trojans hockey games and just does a phenomenal job week in, week out, game in, game out. And great save by Bowerman. That was another good shot. Rebound, but now we see Concordia coming in with some speed, with some traction. That's Kulop, or Kyrlo. Cairo, excuse me, as I struggle to get that one off the tongue. Chivas dumping that one up. He's chasing his own puck. He's going to have an angle. He tries to fire it, and just good positioning by Bowerman. Concordia coming back in. And a great interception by McAdams to take that away from Wilton. Ziegler getting everything situated. Just a little under 6 minutes remaining in the hockey game. Chivas dumps that one up, but no one home to collect it. Good job by Casey to pick that one back up. Falgeris fires that one, and a couple tip shots. Machado was looking for it, just couldn't quite get it. Machado, who does have a goal in today's game, looking to try to get that tying goal. Brent Trentham, a guy that we've been talking about all night long, 5'11", 185 pounds from Three Hills, Alberta. Petroleum engineering technology student here at SAIT. Very smart cookie, that man, without a doubt. But tonight has just been dominant in the face-off circle and has just played what really can only be said as a phenomenal hockey game. Obviously, he is second in both team points, but in the ACAC, Machado looked like he got a little bit of a slash to the face, but he was able to recover pretty quickly. And we are indeed going to be getting a high stick coming to the Thunder. But like I was saying, Machado, or excuse me, not Machado, Brett Trentham is second in points both in the ACAC and for his team. So far this year, he has 23 points, 12 goals, 11 assists from that player. And obviously the only man ahead of him is Brandon Machado, who has just been such an excellent pickup. But here we see Concordia coming in, and a firing shot. Wallace just couldn't quite get it past the 5-hole of Beluis. Great seeing eye save from the man himself. But now we see Trentham trying to get in, and he got bodied there by Krylo. That one goes all the way down, sends that one down to Beluis. But a shorthanded opportunity for the Thunder. Obviously, the SAIT Trojans have a shorthanded goal here in this game from Carson Welke. Now they would like the other special teams goal here. Power play goal. Shiva's looking for that, just trying to get it in. Battle in front of the net, just can't quite get that one home. Sidaway gets that one back to Machado, who passes that one over to Ziegler, or excuse me, Chivas. Another battle in front of the net. That one's just going to come all the way down around. Boston Beluis is going to pick that one up. And Chivas didn't really know that Leak was getting really close to him and applying a lot of pressure. Brandon Machado moving in. And he's met by a Thunder player. Huber passes that one to Machado, gets that to Chivas, who passes it back to Machado, who brings it back to Huber. A lot of hot potato action here from these Trojans player. Cox, Machado, firing shot. That one just good blocker save. Now it's on the stick of Huber. Trying to make a few fancy moves, but can't quite get it. SAIT has another 15 seconds remaining on this power play. Just shy of 3.5 minutes remaining here in the game. Machado tries to fire it, and they just can't get it. And what a save by Griffin Bowerman. You can see there Dylan Chivas is just holding his knees going, how do we get a goal past here? And now we see a flurry of players exiting the box, with the exception of number 27, Tyler Schneidel. And Bowerman, who has just played such a good game for his team, has to survive another 3 minutes and 19 seconds and just try to keep this SAIT Trojans team from finding the equalizer and trying not to send this game inevitably back into overtime. But it appears that Bowerman, trying to work out whatever kink has been ailing him right now. Obviously, he was down for a little bit here earlier in today's matchup, but he's able to pick this one back up. He's ready to go. McAdams wins that face-off for the Trojans, but quickly picked up by the Thunder, and they're coming in right at the end of this. We're back to 5-on-5. Krylu tried to get it, and a big hit there from Carlson. Without a doubt, going to be a penalty. We have a SAIT Trojans player down, and he is in, without a doubt, a lot of pain. Don't know exact number here, but he is hurt. We have a SAIT player down. This does not look good. And a lot of signals right now for more help to be coming. This one does not appear to be good. Without a doubt, a very, very big hit. Hopefully I'll be able to get you a number here soon. But whenever you have a hit like that on the boards, it is a tough one without a doubt to deal with. And we hope that he's able to get right back up here shortly and continue to skate and move around. We'll be able to keep you closely updated here and just hope that we see good sign and good movement here shortly. Without a doubt, penalty coming to the Thunder, but that is not really the main worry at the moment. Obviously, it is the health of the player. And without a doubt, that has to be just the best sign that we have at the current moment. Players able to sit up, and he's without a doubt going to have a few bit of help. We're going to get the quick, and it's good to see. And that is indeed Zach Ziegler. He's going to be helped off by his teammates. Hopefully he's A-okay. He is able to walk off on his own strength, so that is without a doubt the best sign that we've seen. So he definitely has his bell rung a little bit. Going to be evaluated, and we are going to have a player being booted from this game. That is Zach Carlson, the man who ultimately got that hit. And Ziegler not going towards the locker room, actually heading back over to the bench. So that could quite possibly be the best sign out there, but he's going to sit down. He's going to be evaluated by the trainers. A couple of the boys going over there saying, you know, you're doing great, good toughness from you. And this is going to be a 5-minute major penalty. So if you're the SAIT Trojans, this is just a golden opportunity. With just shy under 3 minutes remaining in this hockey game, when you are down by a goal, this is exactly where you want to be, having a 5-minute man advantage. And even if you score this goal, let's say you score this within the next 10, 15 seconds, or let's say on this next drive, and that one appeared to be a tripping call, or should have been a tripping call on Chivas, but the referees do not agree with me on that one. Chivas with it, over to Trentham. Back to what I was saying, even if SAIT does score here in the next couple of seconds, they still have the man advantage. That one does not go away. Without a doubt, Trojans have 5-on-4 for pretty much the remainder of this period. No matter what happens, they can score 10 goals. But so far in that first 35 seconds, the Thunder have done a fairly good job. And obviously, always making sure I keep a look over at Zach Ziegler. He's still being looked at by a couple of trainers, but for the most part, really encouraging signs. Trentham with it. Or excuse me, that was Shivas who brought that over to Welke. At Carrier with it. Back to Shivas, who got that one over to Zach Cox. Shivas moving it, trying to find some space, but Concordia, and they score! SAIT Trojans tie it up. A beauty shot from the point, tipped in. And is that the man, the myth, the legend himself, Brandon Machado, getting his second of the game? And what a way to do it. Dylan Shivas shooting from the point, and Brandon Machado just getting his stick in the right place at the right time, tying this game back up. We still have 2 minutes of play with almost 4 minutes remaining on the power play for the Trojans. So if this game goes into overtime, what will end up happening is that penalty will carry over. So the SAIT Trojans will enter overtime with the man advantage. So for them, for the next 4 minutes, whether it's in regulation or overtime, they are in really, really good shape. But right now they have to worry about this pressure coming in. And one thing, if you are the SAIT Trojans, you do not want to do, you do not want to cause a penalty of your own. You want to keep this man advantage for as long as you can. Now we see Mackenzie Welke moving this one along. He passes that one back. Now we have a couple of players. Huber was the man he passed that one back to, and good job by the Thunder at just batting that one back and shooting it all the way in Trojan zone. Beluis brings that over to Shivas. He was the man who shot that one and got the tip for Machado. Now Machado, the goal scorer. Again, if we're looking at Machado so far, he added his 10th goal on the year, now up to 29 total points. He is just having a lights out season for these SAIT Trojans. Taking a look at the amount of games that he has played in, he's played in 18, so without a doubt, point per game player. If we could name an MVP, he would without a doubt be one of those guys in that conversation. He has just been an absolute gem for our lovely scout here at SAIT, Evan. Great guy, just finding a bunch of great quality talent. 15 seconds remaining here in the third period. And firing shot, that one goes and they score! Ty Carrier gets what looks like it could be the game winner off of the rebound. And boy, oh boy, actually that is Brandon Machado. Get your hats off, folks. Throw that onto the ice, because that's a hat trick. Brandon Machado, my oh my, sir. What a way. And if you are the Thunder, you have to be kicking yourself, because you had 3 minutes of where you're up. You took that 5-minute penalty, and now with 8 seconds remaining, while still being a man down, you need to hope and pray for a miracle. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to come. 5 seconds remaining, and the SAIT Trojans with 3.4 seconds. The Calgary kid, Griffin Bowerman, just has to cover that one up. And your SAIT Trojans are going to walk away from today's game, the victors, off of a late mistake by number 19, Zach Carlson. And SAIT Trojans battle back to win this game in what was just such an absolute brilliant, fun, exciting game. I have no other words to describe it. I've been Brendan Donald here, live on the call for you. Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching. This was just unbelievably large amount of fun. SAIT Trojans win 5-4. We're going to be getting you your players of the game here shortly. But my goodness, this one was action-packed from the start all the way to the finish. But our lovely PA announcer, Christian, he's going to deliver you the official players of the game. And number 28, Grayson Reed, 2 goals in today's game, having himself an absolute miraculous performance. And of course, Mr. Hattrick himself, Mr. Point Leader in the ACAC, Brandon Machado, the man, the myth, the legend, gets player of the game, and rightfully so. But we'd like to thank you all for joining us here today between this super exciting battle between the SAIT Trojans and the Camrose Thunder. I've been Brendan Donald here live on the call. I'd like to thank you all very much, and we will see you here for more ACAC hockey coming in the future.